welcome back to the channel. It is time to get back to Project Z28. There's a few things we need to do to try to go ahead and figure out this idle, but first I need to go ahead and run to the store. There's a few things I need to get. About to go into Walmart. Time to mask up. This is gonna be interesting. I haven't been in the store since they started this counting in and out type stuff, so I don't even know how to get in here. Be interesting. Holy crap, bicycles are sold out. You believe this? I guess everybody took up bicycle riding. Definitely see a lot of people walking around where I'm at. Man, it smells weird in here. But anyhow, you guys remember I had to take the intake manifold back off because the bolts didn't fit. The gaskets I got, basically I put some silicone around the water jackets to get them to seal, and I had to peel all that back up to get the manifold off, so it might be where my water leak's coming from. I might also have a vacuum leak, so this is what I need. I'll get some carburetor cleaner, that way we can track down if there's any vacuum leaks. I also like to keep some brake cleaner on hand. It's really great for cleaning stuff. And I need some car wash. I'm short. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do here. We're picking up this carburetor cleaner, and then we could spray around the manifold and see if we have any leaks. Basically, the car's going to start stalling and stumbling if it inhales that anywhere. So let's go back to shopping. Yeah, I got toilet paper again. Look at that. See, everybody freaked out for nothing. Okay, so one of the first things that will go bad, or probably one of the most common things that go bad in an RV, is the plumbing. The vehicle's always moving, shaking, and stuff like that, and they use PEX throughout the entirety of the unit. So what I want to do is get the PEX tool, some clamps, and some extra fittings just to have on hand, because there's going to be nothing worse, or I guess it could be worse, but it'd be pretty bad. You're out there and all of a sudden water leak and stuff's going crazy everywhere. So I mean, I know I don't have the RV yet, but I just want to be ready. I want to be ready. We'll go camping. If anything happens, I can go ahead and get it fixed. I hate not being prepared to like fix. So I'm gonna get some PEX equipment, and we'll have that ready for the vehicle. Then we'll go back home and work on Project Z28. All right. Got the shortest piece of PEX that they sell just to have on hand in case anything happens. We've got the crimping tool. Wow, the GoPro's crooked. And I got some like straight through fittings, some like angles. Oh yeah, really important, got to get the clamps. I clamped the thing on there. And just in case, I got a like a valve in case, you know, if something breaks and I have to turn off the water, I can just clamp this thing in there and shut the water off. So hopefully that'll get me out of any situation that I come across. Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry I didn't quite get the Project Z28 just yet. It's been a crazy couple of days. As you can see here, you might be wondering what's going on. So let me tell you, So when I got back from the store, actually when I was in Walmart, I had somebody message me about some rims that I had on Marketplace for sale. So when I got home, I had to dig them up from around the corner of the shed, start looking at them. They were the 20-inch chrome wheels off an older Equinox that I had. Not the best thing in the world to keep outside unprotected, so there was a little bit of surface rust on everything, so I had to go ahead and use a little steel wool, clean them up. And this is where I'm slacking, guys. I'm really slacking. I'm sorry. I should have videotaped it, because I mean, it just kind of goes with the whole par for the course of everything going bad, it seems. So I got those cleaned up, and then yesterday we had some severe storms blowing through the area. There was a high probability of hail and stuff like that. I did not want my two Aussies here getting damaged, so I went around and found every freaking spare blanket, comforter, anything I could find to protect these cars in the event that we did have some hail. And now that everything is wet, I really need to get them off the car, because wet blankets on metal, not good. Not good for the paint to stay wet, not good for any of that stuff. So I need to take this off, let these cars dry, and then we're gonna go inside and work on Project Z28. Ladies and gentlemen, time to go ahead and pull one of these spark plug wires and figure out what's going on here. Man, my little device here is supposed to hold the wires. Not staying very tight at all. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull one spark plug from each side and compare and see what this looks like. Of course, everything with headers makes it 10 times more difficult, which is why I'm reluctant and will probably never do headers on like the 50 or the GTO or any of those. I'm not sure if the power gains are worth it. Oh, jeez. And then with this car being lowered, it makes it much more difficult too. I am actually kneeling. I got some pads under my knees. I'm actually kneeling to do this because this car is so low now. This is one of the easier spark plug wires. I need to take my ring off. So sorry I haven't really been putting out videos that much. I just really don't have any content. You know, just there hasn't been really anything going on. Been kind of burned out on this build a little bit, but I mean, even if I got this car running and everything 100%, then what? I don't know where to go from that until we get this garage built. So, holy smokes. Wow. Whew. They are kind of fouled. There is a lot of gas residue and a lot of carbon in here. So I don't know. Yeah, that's not really good. Tell you what, looks like there's some oil from this plug too, kind of coming out. Oh, wow. So that's a definite issue, but the car was running extremely rich before I got it tuned, which the tuner found out. Took him a couple tries to get it to lean out somewhat. Really not looking forward to doing spark plugs in this car with these headers. Especially that passenger side. That thing was a pain in the rear end with the damn manifolds on. Really don't want to do it with headers. So I was saying about like the content. Just really haven't had that much going on. Like I said, yeah, I know I'm supposed to have been out here working on this. But like I said, even if I get it done, then what? So I really haven't been in kind of any hurry to get this done. I don't know, man. I guess I'm kind of excited about the RV. I got some projects I want to do with it. Not sure how everybody else feels about that, but you know, we're going to learn a few things. We're going to learn about solar panels and how to power these things. And good stuff, man. There we go. Clicked. I don't think I need to pull out any more spark plugs. I mean, I got one that black that's pretty bad off. Okay. Ooh, so what do you think about that, Sparty Nation? You were right, man. Those plugs are nasty. They are fouled. So I'm going to get with Ken at First TPI because he's the one that sold me those heads. He's very familiar with them. He's also familiar with his intake, so he should know the type of plug that these heads need and maybe give me some guidance. I'm kind of curious if I shouldn't go to like 0.45 on the gap versus 0.35, which is what the factory recommends. I understand, you know, my ignition system really isn't that upgraded. I put a Excel coil on here. It's nothing drastic. It's the same size as the factory. We did a billet distributor and a little bit bigger spark plug wires. We put the MSD wires on here, so I'm not sure if it can handle that big of a gap. Understand, you know, these old cars only have one coil. That one coil is about the size of the 8 coils in like my Camaro, like the 50 has like 8 of those coils about that big. So I mean, this car is trying to run 8 cylinders on one tiny little coil. So I don't know, he'll be able to guide me on that. So one thing down. Before I go on, I just want to thank everybody that has purchased some Project Z28 or some L to the W merchandise. The money goes into helping run this channel. I understand, like, I have recurring expenses with like Epidemic Sound, which is where I get my music from. I got tired of getting copyright struck from using music from a site that I had used for quite a while when I first started out. Then it just seemed I seem to get gigged more often about using that music. So now that I'm monetized, I want to make sure that when I put up a video, I don't get demonetized, meaning the money for the ads go to somebody else because I use music that didn't belong to me. So I have this website, and it must work because I've had a lot of people ask me what that song is and stuff like that, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So it's a reoccurring cost, and you know, it's like these cars are expensive to build and maintain. So again, thank you everyone for that support. You know, a free way of supporting the channel is just go ahead and watch the ads. I know they suck. I try not to inundate the videos with them, but if you can watch the ads, it'll really help. You know, I keep them skippable. If you don't want to, so be it, skip them. I would appreciate it if you would watch them. So that being said, let me go ahead and finish this delicious cup of coffee in this beautiful cup. And then we're going to go back in, and we got a few more things that we need to check under the hood. Okay, so what Ken wants me to do is go in here. There's a little hole in the bottom of the intake. He wants me to go ahead and plug that up and then use the screw that's right here on this side of the intake. Try to get the idle adjusted with that, and then when we get it idling right, go ahead and unplug that hole, and then see if the idle air control valve will kick in. And then when that's done, I need to check the settings on this throttle position sensor as well. Let's see where we're at, because when we move this blade, we're also moving the sensor. Wow, guys, I just found right here, that hole right here is not plugged up. This one right there. Now this hole way in the back, that maybe you can see right here, is the hole for the idle air control valve, which is down here. And you can see that little piece of aluminum sticking down. But wow, so I kind of had a vacuum leak right there this whole time. Never even knew it. Although I really don't know what impact it would have because it's in front of the throttle blade. But we'll plug it up and see if it doesn't change anything. Well, it appears I found the problem, or maybe one of the problems. When I sprayed the brake cleaner on the very front of the intake manifold, where it meets up the where it meets the head and the block, it's starting to stall out, which means it's sucking in that carburetor cleaner right there. At a high idle of 1500, it started spraying, and I gave it several times to try to make sure, like, it's the idle coming down on its own. I went and resprayed it. I started the car up, and every time, as soon as I hit that spot, it started leaking. So that's telling me that it's not sealing right there on that side. That's probably why I've had so many problems on that passenger side. And that's probably where my antifreeze is leaking out of too. So it looks like we're gonna have to take that intake manifold off. I might send it to Ken. I'm gonna talk to him. Maybe we can mill it a little bit so it'll set down there a little bit better. But if I mill it, maybe I mess up the holes that I drilled. Like I said, I'm gonna run this by Ken and see what he thinks. He's absolutely fantastic about dealing with his product. He has a love and passion for this thing like no other. Like I have a love and passion for my cars. He loves the product and he stands behind his product 100%. So, and like I said, it's probably my fault. I put some silicone on there and put the gaskets on, and I had a problem with it seating. They did rip a little bit. I tried to fix it up with a little bit more silicone. So obviously something didn't work. This intake manifold is going to have to come off, and we're going to have to go ahead and get that fixed. But that's a good thing. If that's my problem, if that's the leak, then we don't have a cam issue. So sounds like we got a pretty nasty vacuum leak. So let me get with Ken, get some new gaskets coming, let him know what's going on. I'll talk to him about these spark plugs, and we shall go from there. Let me go ahead and get the 50 put away, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this vlog so I can go ahead and get it posted. It's like one thing nicer than a nice hot cup of coffee, man. It's this cold start of this 50. The sound of that procharger just whirring away. Ooh, yeah. What's not to love about that? Alright, everybody. It's time to wrap up the vlog. I am feeling like a renewed energy towards Project Z28. It looks like, I mean, it just really just feel like it's that gasket. I kind of suspected it. I was kind of thinking the worst with the head gasket, but none of it really made sense. If I had a head gasket issue, I'd probably be seeing antifreeze in the oil pan and stuff like that. So, and then that's another issue. I still got to fix that dipstick. Remember, we kind of broke that tube. So that's something else I'm going to have to revisit. But yeah, man, I'm feeling like new energy towards this car. Really not looking forward to taking the intake manifold off, but it is a lot better than a head gasket issue, because then I was worried about if there was damage to the head. What about the block and stuff like that? So, you know, you got two different surfaces. You have aluminum, cast iron meeting. They both expand and contract at different rates. Seals are very, very critical with these things. So I just need to go ahead and get the new gaskets coming. We'll go ahead and work on getting this off. So we're going to have some content. Hate that I have to redo the stuff, but it's a live and learn. I'm just excited that it just looks like it's just a hard fix, but a simple problem with this vacuum leak. So there we go. Also, I want to share something with those of you who stuck down to the end. My retirement finally got approved. I am so pleased. There's a burden that's been lifted off of me. Just like dark cloud of just worrying. I mean, I'm starting to scrape the bottom of the bank account there. You know, got this garage coming up. I didn't really know where I was going to get the money from it. I was really looking to sell the SS. I'm kind of hoping now I'll be able to hold on to that car, because, man, I do thoroughly love that car. It's the reason why I haven't been so eager to sell it. I was kind of hoping that by the time I would have to make that decision, like the retirement would kick in. I still don't know when I'm going to get some money rolling in from it. They have to calculate some stuff, but hopefully soon. So freaking good news for that. Now I got my retirement. Looks like we got this solved, the garage, so I think we're turning around. All I need now is my RV to come, please. Guys, hopefully, you know, it should be good, man. It's good content, interesting stuff, hopefully. So, again, everyone, thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so, man. Help me out. Let's help grow this channel. The more subscribers, the more stuff we got coming in, the bigger, better stuff I can do. I can't do everything on my own. Like I said, you know, we're doing this garage and stuff to try to bring better content and protect my cars. But it's going to be a great place to work on these cars, man. Oh, I can't wait. So leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. It all helps. Please watch the ads. If you're doing any shopping on Amazon, check out my store down below. You don't have to buy anything. Just as long as you go there, I'll get a commission for redirecting you. It adds nothing to your cost. It's just simple ways to help the channel. So again, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll have it posted by Friday for you. Okay. See you in the next one.